well as Niana, as well as Priestess Makala. All right, we're going to jump into this and get started. So, tomorrow we start our 10-day galactic portal work. Now, those of you, if you've never done this before, you don't know what it's pertaining to. If you have the galactic calendar, or if you download the app, or if you have their um, calendar ebook on your computer, is basically we're going through each one of the kins that are set up for the 10 wave portals. Okay, so that starts tomorrow, and I'm opening this up. Okay, because today is 10/20 and it's the gamma energy kin 105 red magnetic serpent. I unify in order to survive, attracting instincts. I seal the store of life force with the magnet tone of purpose. Got weirdness going on in my thing. Okay, purpose. I am guided by my own power doubled. Now it says it begins a 52-day blue western castle of burning court of magic. I will have to do research on it because they put it in green highlight and I have no idea what that means. I'm like, what is that? Begins 52-day of blue western castle of burning court of magic. Okay, unless they're talking about highlighting the 10 days. So Utopia is the template necessary by the belief in human imperfections. And the color is red. Maldek is the planet, and the chakra is the crown, and Earth family is polar. You know what? I'm going to pull that up in my email because I get emails from their newsletter. Knowledge initiates the view. Okay, so we're in the fourth moon cycle month, which is self-existing moon of form, which is define, measure, form. The universe gives birth to you, and you contain its essence within yourself. You might say that you are a form that the universe is currently taking. I like that. Now, hey everyone. Now the totem animal is the owl, and this is the picture for the galactic. So, you guys, last night, I feel like I was on a starship last night. I woke up very disheveled and kind of like, but I woke up, I felt like I had good energy, but I woke up feeling like, where the hell am I? Oh, I'm here. Okay. Ta-da. So the energy, it was so weird. I felt like I kept trying to get out from somewhere. I was running and trying to hurry up and get somewhere. And it was just a weird thing. Like I never got to where I was supposed to be getting to. And that's one of the signs from, oh God, what is this guy's name? I have to look him up. You can tell he's definitely a contactee because he wears a baseball cap, but it's called Team Light. And it's funny because he says, yeah, this is how you know for sure that you're kind of been on a starship because of the fact that one of the ways they swipe your memory is they put something else in its place that makes you think you were being chased or you lost something. It's always like you lost your purse. Oh, I hate that one. I can't stand that one. That one drives me nuts. I hate that one. You're looking for your purse. You're always either running towards something or looking for something. That's how you know you've been on a starship. Those are the keys of a starship thing. Hold on one second here. Let me bring some light into that. Okay. So I was like, so weird. So one of the things I remember I was it was kind of funny. There was some I don't know I know it was a woman that was in my dream, and she I'm gonna speak in code, okay? There, okay, that thing that was started up 4 years ago. Okay, the word of that. So she said, "Yeah, honey, I got that, and I think I got it again, and I can't understand why I'm getting it." And I in the dream, I'm looking at her like, and it was so funny. It felt like we were on a bus, like the bus was going somewhere, but I don't know where it was going. But she was like complaining to me about the fact that she got that. And I just looked at her and said, I am so, and I had to stop and I see my face and she's looking at me like this. And I'm like, you have really got to wake the hell up. That's all I said. I said, at this point of the game, if you're not awake and you're still doing the same damn thing, I can't help you. I'm so sorry. And I'm like, driver, I need to get off at the next stop, please. Like now. It was such a weird dream. I still didn't get to where I was supposed to be going. And then I woke up and I was just like, I feel like I have energy, but damn, where the hell was I trying to go? But that's one of the signs that you've been. Also, another sign that you've been is where you feel like your body is super, super stiff because of the velocity speeds of the ships when you're in it, and the gravitational energy of the ships, depending on which ones they are. Your body has to get used to that energy of being kind of lifted off of this plane and in a dimensional energy. So you feel a lot of weirdness, like you kind of like you got beat up a little bit, and you don't remember if you were in the ring with Rocky or Mr. T or Dolph London. If he dies, he dies. You know that one. You don't know. You don't know. You don't know which ring you were in, but you come out of the ring and you're like, "Did I even win? Did I even get a punch in? Because I'm feeling it." So I'm just, you guys. It was just crazy. So I know some of you are probably having some weirdness. Hey, Burley. Hey, Mystic. Hey, Marty. Hello, hello. So let's jump into something, shall we? Now, I know some of you, like I said, for me, I watch a lot of things just to listen for information. If there's something I need to pay a key to. How are you doing? Oh, honey, I should be saying how you doing. What do? So I was going through my laptop and I'm bringing up things. I'm like, gosh, Spirit, how do you want me to get things set up today? What are we doing? How is this going to be influencing everyone's life? I need this, that, I'm going through my mind doing all this stuff. And I go through and I see Trump at McDonald's. And I go, what color is the tie? So I click on it and I see a red tie and I go, okay, this is a message I want to listen to. Because I don't care about the blue tie Trump. I don't. Red. You're wearing red, I'm on that. Okay. So I look and it's a live thing in Pennsylvania. And I thought it was interesting, but it's code. So I gotta go look up under gematria, McDonald's, Trump at McDonald's. Gotta look that up. He was dealing with French fries. Okay, gotta look up French fries. And you look at the numbers and you read the code. Now I'm gonna look at the Hebrew versus the English part of it. Sometimes they match, sometimes they don't. But I want to look at the numbers and figure out what that is. So those of you that are interested in something like that, you go into type in geometry code or just type in geometry so you can figure it. And it brings up geometry calculation. Type in geometry calculation. You can put in what you're looking for. So say like I want to know what the numbers of French fries are. Why was it so important he was doing the French fries? That was key. Never said anything about the hamburgers. Okay. Nothing about the chicken nuggets. No happy meals. It was all about the French fries. This is what I'm talking about. It's code. So I'm like, now come on now. You're gonna be there, you're gonna be talking about them French fries. What do? What's going on? So French fries. Gotta look up what the French fries are. Get the number, and then you go down that list and you start seeing key words of what he's doing. Okay? What he's saying, what he was doing. Then you type in Trump at McDonald's. What's the number of that? Then that gives you some keywords. I like doing that because, I'm numbers and frequencies. I want to see what's what. We're not in this no more, oh, we're just going to blindly walk around and don't know what the hell's going on. You got to see what's going on. Okay? All right. So we have the 10 days that's starting now. We're talking about life force today. And when I think about the dream, I think about energy. I think about I was trying to get somewhere and I couldn't, wherever I was trying to go or whatever I was trying to do, I couldn't get there. But I'm looking at life force. When we look at life force energy, what is your life force energy doing? Does it feel solid? Do you have holes in your energy field, which makes you feel drained and tired? Who's linked into you? Who's linked into your life force? Okay. If you have children, of course they're corded into you. If you have a loved one, of course they're corded into you. Anything outside of that energy interaction, those of us that are on YouTube, Instagram, whatever, those are corded energies. And those are energies that you just remove after you're done with doing your thing. And those cords, whenever people are recording or watching or whatever, they actually just kind of cord into the ethers, goes up into the universal ethers. They have the image, but they're not corded into you. Oh yeah, let me go get that. Hold on a second. I forgot I put it on the wall. I'm like, wait a minute. I got this out of my storage and I was just like, I forgot. Take a nice deep breath. Let's bring it in for a second. Shall we do that together? Come on. Pearlie, I know you said you're getting better. This is going to be to help you get even stronger. Anyone that's feeling kind of disheveled right now, let's just take a deep breath in. I'm coming on just going 50,000 miles a minute. Let me just slow myself down. Beep, beep. Stop being a road runner. Let's take a breath. It was so funny. I was watching, I'm talking, and all of a sudden I saw this light glow around it. And I said, oh, honey, let me go grab you. This morning I had a strange experience. I wonder what did they try to do with the inside of my body. Ooh, honey. Well, honey, that's just right up there. 3 weeks ago, had like some kind of weird like tube thing in my nose. I could feel it. I felt somebody fumbling doing something. I felt it going down, and I was like, what the heck is that? And then when I was coming out of it, they don't like it when you're coming up. When you're waking up, it throws them all off. They actually kind of freak out. She's coming out of it, quick! And then you feel the zip. Then you feel it leave. Oh yeah. Oh no, honey. I know that's not your first time. No. No, no, no. So everyone, take a deep breath. Let's breathe. Inhale in, exhale it out. Inhale in, exhale out. Inhale in, exhale out. In multi-rock. Inhale in, exhale out. Breathe. Tanahaya. In multi-rock. Thank you, Mama. This is super, super old. I remember the day when I had the pull to make me a turtle rattle. And I remember this was back in the day when Folsom had the Indian trade shop downtown Folsom. Just hop skipping around corner from um, the Planet Earth Rising crystal shop. And when you would go into that Indian trade shop, had everything in there. Had the beads, had I got all everything that I needed when it was time for me to do my prep to put all my giveaways together. And then after I got everything that I needed, it was the weirdest thing. It was like, I think a couple weeks later, they closed the shop. They were struggling. One of the guys that worked there, one of the elders that worked there, he had passed away, and it was like part of that transition. It was time to kind of go through this transition thing, and that's when I really started paying attention how things were changing. Things were going down, and then other things were coming up to take its place. And I think right around in 2012 is when most of us probably went through a huge awakening moment because we felt that timeline, how it came in, because it was so much put on that timeline about the Mayans couldn't see anything past the 2012 mark. So they just said, this is going to be the end. So it was the end of a cycle of time of energy that was going to be also the marker of those of us that went through a huge awakening moment in that 2012 period. And then that 2012, all the way up to now, take a look at how far you have come. Take a look at how you have evolved. Take a look at what you stepped out of, what ended for you, what is no longer a part of your life force energy in that 12-year span. And then you look at where you are now. How is it feeling to you? Okay, so remember yesterday, and this is going to bring me in. I got my notes here. Okay, remember when I said, okay, well, today we got to be on this thing, we got to pay attention to the alignment of Uranus, Saturn, Jupiter, and Neptune, and how they're going to form this square around Earth, because Earth is going to be right in the middle. They're all going to go in this alignment. So one of the things I'm not done with the drawing, it will be matched out. One is just too intense to be looking at, so I'm not going to freak you guys out. But this is one of the ones that I drew out, but it's not done yet. And when I look at it, I just see the alignments and the death and birth cycle that's coming through. I have been extremely tired and has past week. Okay, sleeping more than normal. A lot of changes in the emotional. Oh, honey, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Let me tell you, this right here is a part of the reason why we are sleeping so much. This is showing the cycles that we're going through. It's almost like this. It's almost like this. Like we are going through a life review of yourself, where you've been, where you're going. But you're shifting through all these different timelines and different parts of yourself on these different timelines. And you're seeing different aspects of yourself. And then some of these different aspects are coming up, giving you an opportunity to look at it, see it for what it is, and to say yay or nay to it if you're going to keep repeating the cycle. Now, there are some people that are just stuck in a loop, okay? And they can't get out of that loop to save their lives because there's something that's anchored in the time that they were born all the way up to the time of where they are in their lives now, where they're just stuck in the same pattern, they're stuck in the same loop, they're stuck in the same way of being, they're stuck in the same way of thinking, they're stuck in the same way of their cycles, of their emotions. No matter what is done, they are still stuck in that. So with this squaring of these planets and Earth being in the middle of it today, we're going to feel and see a lot of glimpses of things from our past. Yes, forgiveness. People have asked me, when you had to face cancer, how did you get through that? And I said, it wasn't easy, because I had to do a lot of forgiveness work. I had to go into those places and forgive. And we're not talking about just forgiving things in the present moment. This is what I'm talking about, is this is going to be showing us different aspects of ourselves. This is you in the center. And then there's this spin out. And then there's this spin. And then there's this spin. And then spin. And then finally you get to this. But then there's this activation that's going to come down and initiate it. And then these are the bolts that brings in that DNA transformation, that awakening part. So when I look at that, I just get lost in the levels, the spiral. So the forgiveness, as we go through these 10 days, there's going to be a lot coming up, because the planets and the sun was the huge message that I was getting this morning. The planet, different planetary alignments, and then the sun. Now remember, the sun beings inside the sun are sending out those codes. And the codes that are being sent out is to free you, to liberate you. If you get your vibration up and you take in those higher codes, it keeps you from falling back asleep, and it keeps you from falling back into the loop. So this is why there's these things that are happening to kind of keep you distracted, so you won't pay attention to that. But these codes are so strong. They are permeating through everything. When I say everything's getting inundated, I mean everything's getting inundated. And the way you know it's all getting inundated is pay attention to things that are plastic in your home. How all of a sudden it just breaks. Radiational gamma light type of plasmic charge energy is hard on plastic. It goes through plastic and starts breaking that stuff down like nothing. It breaks down the molecules of plastic. So when you see how fast plastic things start kind of breaking down and collapsing, it makes you really think about everything, doesn't it? And starts collapsing, wearing down. Where in your body are you feeling the breaking down? Where are you breaking down mentally in the self? Where are you breaking down emotionally in the self? Remember how you can just walk around, you could just hold all that stuff in. You could just pinned up, hold it in, and just keep it there. Remember? Oh, you can't do that now. Because as you become, oh, let me show this one. This won't be bad. As you become the crystalline, all of those crystal parts of yourself start to rise, start to get charged. Now, this crystal does a really good job of showing what it's like to have all these particles, these parts of your cells, neurons, protons, electrons, all your cells getting energized. This is what you look like on the inside. All this is taking place in all these nanoseconds. Everything's getting charged up so you can hold more light, so you can expand in your consciousness with that. It's going to be so nice to not be in this place of trying to think and analyze everything out. You become that energy within the life force. You become that higher in tune aspect of yourself. This is why is so important to develop that relationship with yourself. And this is why these 10 days, self existing moon form. Pay attention to those words. You're going to define, you're going to measure and form. What is that going to look like for you? How is it going to feel? This is the last of it. We're not going to do any more of these. Oh, wait. We'll have a 10-day. Well, this is nice. Okay. So, we're doing this 10 days in this month, in this moon month, and then we'll get to November 30th. This will be the last one for this year, for another 10. But this one will be for the overtone moon of radiance on the 5th. That's going to be the 5th moon. It's going to be about empower, command, and radiance. So let me go back to what the sun beings are doing, because this is going to play in this one. Okay, this is going to play a big part. This is going to be the one that sets you up for next year, for that energy of next year, because that's a 9 that we're stepping into. So what's going to be your empower? What's going to be your command? What's going to be your radiance? How are you going to be bold in living from your own wisdom heart, and all else will follow? Listen to that. So this is kind of like the prep. Okay, the prep. When we talk about life force, we're talking about the codes of the sun coming in. How is the codes coming in? How much solar activity are we getting that's so strong? It's hitting things, knocking things out, replenishing. It's also kind of getting rid of, now don't freak out when I say this, okay? When you step into a new world of energy, Mother is birthing everything new. All the waters haven't broke yet. Now remember, she's going through her contractions. The poles are shifting. That's contractions. When the waters break, okay, that is the birthing of a new. Now, I want you to think about this. We had all this time on this planet to clean up our mess. We haven't done it right. We half-assed stepping. Polluting the waters, her blood. Doing all this craziness. Two-legged beings do all the time. Trashing everything. Okay? Now, when we get new waters, the new waters come in, they have all these codes in it. What does that do? It creates a new energy flow. Stronger energy. Renewal. A new rebirthing of self. And only those who know what that rebirthing of self is, been working on the self, taking those codes in, will be the ones standing. Now, there's going to be two different things going on, depending on what timeline you're tapped into. If you're tapped into the timeline that's showing you all the apocalyptic stuff of dread and doom and that stuff, then you'll be seeing that. If you're tapped into the timeline of self-evolution, evolving, moving into the higher aspects of yourself, going up through that part of yourself, you will be tapped into the synchronicity of that divine light that it has that coding in you, and you tapped into it. Okay? Then there's the other one where those of us who came to get everything started, to shift and get all the activations of stargates, all these places, and we have those codes and markers. There's that energy where we slip through the dimensions and not bothered by any of the stuff that's going on third dimensional wise, fourth dimensional wise. Okay. Like I said before, there's a lot of us already have been in the fifth dimension. We see things fifth dimensional. We've been seeing it. We've been in it. We are in it. We're not just going to get tapped in five. You have to be willing and understanding to know the capacity of how you expand through the fifth, the sixth, the seventh, the eighth, the ninth dimensions. And just automatically know that's what you can do. Doesn't mean that you're staying in ninth dimension all the time. You tap in when you need to and use that. You tap into eight and use that. This is that mastery, how you shift through the dimensions. And what part of you in your life force needs shifting right now? What part of you needs to forgive? What part of you right now in the life force needs to stop the lies, needs to stop the storytelling of living the same thing and you're not happy? I'm right there with all of you. So when we look at that and we're able to say, okay, this is where I am, this is what I'm doing, thank you. This is what this energy that I'm moving into. What am I now really creating? This is what your 10 days is going to be about. This is going to be where we're looking at your 10 days. We started in on tomorrow. What is the endlessness? Then the next day is about the magic, the flowering, the navigation. What is the heart looking at? Now, funny how the heart and the abundance are tied into activity with the pyramids. Okay? Then we're looking at the intelligence, then the universal waters, then moving into spirit. And then what is the vision? On the last day, which is October 30th of the 10 days, what is the vision at the end? What is the vision you're giving yourself permission to activate and live, to materialize? We're moving into the spirit of wisdom, the spirit of clarity, aligning ourselves with that energy to bring that into focus. When you attach the word spirit to it, it's an alignment that gives you greater connection as well as synchronicity. Okay? So we want to be in that synchronicity. We want to be in that alignment. What feels good, what doesn't feel good anymore. We're not sitting back and only allowing ourselves to be maybes. Maybe. Or to be this energy of settling. Ugh. Don't settle for nothing. No maybes. Okay? We're going to change that. So wherever your maybes are, or wherever you are just settling, I need you to really start looking at that. So today, everyone's homework assignment that is going to be a part of this 10 days, where are you sitting with yourself right now? Where are you sitting in your truth of yourself? I know you're tired. I know you want to know where you need to be and what you're cultivating. A lot of us are looking for our homes. I can't believe so many of us are, we're all cultivating and looking for our new home energies. So let's talk about something. With this alignment right now, how it's sitting on us, square, okay, kind of like a pool table, right? Is Earth the marker? Are we going to use Earth as the marker? Or the four planets on the outside, how is that setting with this? So I want you to think about this in pen and paper if you want to. So Uranus, when we talk about Uranus, we're going to connect the dots here because this is going to tell you why you're feeling the way you're feeling right now and what's coming up. You're going to use this time and see this for what it is. So Uranus is all about change. We're going to see it. Revolution, shock, things that shock your system. Technology, what's going on? What's going on? Are we seeing things? Are we paying attention? The planet of intuition. How is that intuition energy? How's your intuition? Lightning, pulse, boundaries, and creating energies of open-mindedness. This is Uranus. Uranus is coming through and is saying, okay, I want you to be open. But I want you to also know I'm going to shock you. I'm going to give you a little something to give you some bolt of energy. But I want you to know I want you to change. And I want you to have revelations in yourself. I want you to be evolved in yourself. So how's that technology to you? That's what Uranus is going to tell you. Okay? Then we're going to bump over. We're going to go to Saturn. Now, if you're a Capricorn, you know who's sitting on your corner, who's sitting on you? Saturn. That's Saturn. Saturn's always sitting on you. Saturn is all about hard lessons. It's always about evolving beyond limitations. Now, Saturn is all about what's restricting you. Saturn comes and says, well, let's see. Have you learned to stop thinking I'm restricting you? Saturn. Shattering experience. I'm going to give you a shattering experience to see how you get through this. Saturn has really no mercy. Saturn brings it up and gives it to you and expects you to figure it out. It's also going to bring in that place of where is that disappointing growth? Where's the responsibility? Where's your ambition? What's the mirror effect that you're seeing right now? What's being mirrored back to you? People that are outside of you that are displaying different behaviors, that are irritants, that are a pain in the ass. What are they mirroring to you? You know, why can't you stand that person? What is that person making you irritated for? What's irritating you about that person? What are they doing that's bothering you? Okay. How about be honest? Saturn expects you to be honest. Saturn doesn't want you to be like, oh, you thought you were just going to slide on through that and you thought you were going to get by on that and the person not figure out that you were lying? No, you got to be honest. Honesty. You're going to see honesty coming up. And where is there resistance to grow? Where are you being resisted to grow? Where are you saying, no, I can't do it no more. Stop. Gotta go. No. Where are you with that? Where is the struggle? And within the struggle, what's the gift? Where are you struggling? But what's the gift behind the struggle? How is it making you see? How is it making you surrender? How is it helping you to build confidence? Maybe to release something? To look at something? To let go of something? Where's that struggle? And then it's helping you to ground and to look at trustworthiness, but also understanding obstacles and discipline to move through it. But how do you move through that? It's represented by your truth of yourself. See, Saturn brings up all that deliciousness. It brings all that up so that you have to tap into it and look at it. This is not where you just conveniently say, oh, that's not me. That doesn't involve me. No, no, no. You get to look at that. Okay? Then we got Jupiter. Jupiter, 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 Jupiter. Jupiter. Jupiter's all about expansion. Jupiter just says, darling, let's see you expand bigger. Don't think small. Get bigger. Jupiter's all about that. It's all about the abundance. You get this. You have this. You have this. You have this. You can have this. It's all about that, Jupiter. But then Jupiter turns around and wants to do this. Gives you faith and wisdom. How tolerant are we? How tolerant are you? Is there certain things that's pushing your button? You can only tolerate it for so long, and then that's it. You're about ready to put somebody on the news by 6:30, special bulletin. Or is it, what do you really believe in? Jupiter's going to pull all that up. Jupiter also makes you look at, what do you really believe about your prosperity and your abundance? Where are you sitting with your money self? Okay? Where are you sitting with finance and luck and success? Jupiter is like, let me just help you rip all that stuff off. Let's see how you really see yourself. Do you really think of yourself as prosperous? Do you really think of yourself as successful? Or are you just walking mask of illusions? Which is it? Because I'm here to help you see that. That's Jupiter. Then our last planet is Neptune. Has some motion right there, Neptune. Got that fork. What's the sacrifice? Neptune's all about how are you showing up and what are you sacrificing? It's also about the mystery, confusion, the wondering, secret enemies. It's going to point out who's in your corner, who supports you, who doesn't support you, who really likes you, who really doesn't like you. They're just saying that because they really can't stand you. It's going to bring all this up. Okay? It brings up your spirituality, your compassions, your imagination, but it also triggers a lot in universal love for all beings, for your artistry, for your psychicness, for your spiritual gifts. It brings awareness to that, Neptune. So these 4 planets are sitting around Earth, asking Earth, well, what do you want as far as abundance, Earth? How are you seeing yourself, Earth? What are your trials and tribulations, Earth? And Earth, did you get the lesson? How have you evolved, Earth? I want you to think of this, the squares, how Earth is sitting in the middle of it, as Earth is having its own judgment, evaluation of herself. Where has she grown? Where has she have not grown? Where is she feeling like she's ready to erupt and just say, I can't do it anymore? She's got the 4 around her, looking at her, asking her to evaluate herself. Where does she feel strong? Where does she feel supported? Does she trust herself? In order for her to get to that next level, to have the biggest contraction of all and let the water break, she is going through her own evaluation right now. And if you've been feeling a lot of spontaneous chills going up your spine, you're feeling her literally looking at and feeling of her divinity of herself because she's a living being. She's evaluating herself. She's talking it out. She's expressing it. Rather she expresses it in shaking or fire erupting and waters moving, and rather she expresses it in just stillness and quietness, not moving an inch. And then when she's ready to like really turn over and reposition herself, she rolls and breaks up everything and she says, this is much better. Let's rearrange things. We're all on top going, hold on! Don't know where Grace is going. Okay. So she's going through this evaluation of herself. She's feeling that, and you feel that. The quick chills up the spine. I can't tell you how many of those I've had today. I'm like, what the heck is going on? Whoa, got goosebumps. Where's that coming from? The passing dimensionally of different spirits passing through dimensionally, feeling them. Yeah, this is about pretty real. And it's going to get more intense as we get to the end of this month. We're really going to have some intensity. We're going to be dealing with emotions of energies of those that know things are going down and have to be rebirthed. We're going to be facing those resistance. These planets are coming in and they're going to be showing us who's having a Uranus moment, who's having a Neptune moment, who's having a Jupiter moment, who's having a Saturn moment. Maybe all four. Might want to just sit this one out and get yourself some French fries. What do? Because it's going to be a long day. Or a long week. So this is going to be how we navigate through this energy. Because now you know how everyone's sitting and playing. So this can last for just a few days, or it can be lined up like this for about a week. But it's going to show us how it's going to be affecting and how it's setting up this energy, this electrical magnetic field. Now there's so much charged plasmic energy in the air, staticky, shocking yourself. Shoot, just go turn on the light, shock yourself. Put the blankets on, towels to shock yourself. You're getting free shock therapy. That's raising your vibration, helping you to reflect. Shock. Brings awareness to you. Okay. So tomorrow we start our 10-day. That's going to be Monday on the 21st. That's going to be endlessness. How does that Ken bring in endlessness? Ken 106. And then we continuously go. We're going to start for the 21st and we will finish on the 29th. On the 30th. We'll finish on the 30th. That'll be the vision. Okay, so 10 days of me coming on, talking which kin we're in, what is the energy, pulling the cards, asking you the questions. How are you flowing? Where are you feeling? And then talking about the energies. These are activational things that'll be coming in. So these portals are galactic. Wow. A lot of stuff is going to be coming in. And those of you that felt stuck, you're not going to feel stuck after all this light energy comes in. It's going to shift you. It's going to supercharge you. If Mother Earth is getting supercharged, what makes you think you're not? bottom line. So get ready. This is it. Your feet are going to feel different. Your legs are going to feel different. Yes, you're going to sleep some. You want to know why you're sleeping? Because that's the best way. What did I tell you before? When the energies goes up and we have all this charged plasmic light hitting us, we got all this energy whipping up around us. We got plates and stuff trying to shift and move. We got mother going, contract and contract. We got all this stuff going on. And then you really think that you're doing okay when you're standing straight up? Hell no, you're feeling pretty damn good when you're laying down because you're laying like this. You're laying, it takes a lot of energy to stay up, but when you lay down, everything just kind of balances out like this. This is going to be you. You're going to balance out. Okay? You're going to balance out. And then all the crystalline process is going on, getting activated, doing things that you never thought you would do before. That's the beauty of it. Taking you out of your comfort zone, saying and speaking your truth. I have no problem with that. And don't settle. Don't settle. We do not settle. We don't care about all the crazy stuff that's happening. Some of it is, like I said, staged for the movie to freaking end. But the main thing is you. Where do you stand within yourself? How do you feel? What is your truth? What are your boundaries? What are you saying yes to? What are you saying no to? What are you validating within yourself? And not looking for validation outside of yourself to say you're doing okay. No. You make it right with yourself. And give yourself permission to step forward. Give yourself permission to say, I don't like this anymore. I'm done. Give yourself permission to say, I'm going to change. I need change in my life. There is nothing worse than getting up every single day, dreading going to a job, dreading going home, dreading people that are around you that don't change. They do the same thing over and over and over and over. They're very mundane. They're too afraid to change. Okay? Very mundane. Don't be a mundaner. Step out of being mundane. Don't be a mundane. Okay? So, that's what we're going to get started tomorrow. We'll tap in. I will bring out the cubes. The cubes that I made with the messages. I'll bring out the cubes. And we'll set everything into motion. We'll look at what we need to reflect on, because that's about endlessness. We're going to look at reflection. We're going to look at the questions. This is time for journaling. This is time for looking at what is the reality that you want to create and step into. Okay? The cubes, remember? Oh, come on, y'all know my cubes. My cubes! I gotta get over here. The cubes! Remember my cubes? Now, the only thing when I design these, because they're clear, you can't really see it until you look at it. You gotta look at it face to face. All right. There is light consciousness, light awareness. Okay. Oh, wait, hold on. I can see that's what I'm talking about. Light workers, pay attention. Then the next one. The next one actually has faith, light workers and faith. Then the next one has the, what is it? Stargate. Okay, light worker and faith. Stargate. So I have to always look at these and I'm going to try to find a different type of ink to put on, maybe like a metallic one, but it's too thick. But that's the cubes, and we'll get them set up with the cubes. Okay, that'll be our activation. So, now I'm going to tell you a story. I'm going to tell you a story when I get the cards out. And we're going to end our Sunday prep with the cards. So, I'm clicking around, I'm writing out my notes and doing that. And sometimes, like I said, I just have the laptop on in the background doing that. Yes, they look like ice to me. Yes, the cubes. So I'm clicking around on it and I'm thinking, okay, and I see this movie on Pluto called A Message from Brianna. And I'm like, A Message from Brianna? What the heck is this? And I was like, so it's a good movie on Pluto, and it has, it's so, you think you figured it out, but you're watching, okay? It's about this spirit. This family moves into a house, this couple with their little daughter move into a house, and there's problems start coming up. Wonder why they having problems in this house. Okay. And you start to kind of figure out, okay, it's a ghost. It's a ghost in the house. All right. This is one of those movies that makes you look at when people, and I'm going to say this very bluntly because it can be, this movie can be triggering for some people. Okay. So I'm going to say this very blunt. Women, you have got to stop thinking that it's okay when you get angry if something's going on with a female in the space with your man, that you get rid of the woman. In this movie, what happened to this young lady, it was uncalled for, because this spirit was unrest because of the wrong injustice of what happened to her, how she got attacked, and the woman who should have helped her did nothing to help her. And that's what the whole anger of the spirit was. Did nothing to help me. You didn't help me. You knew he was doing this and you didn't help me. Instead, you take me out because you blame me for the fact. That is an old energy that has been put upon women to do that to each other. And that energy has to stop. You put that blame where you need to put that blame. Okay? If the man went out and he did something, put it with that. Don't be blaming it on the female. Because a lot of times, most of the time, the female didn't bring that person in. That person pursued. Okay? So they finally have to do some investigation. You got to really pay attention to the storyline. You got to pay attention to the opening of the storyline and the ending of it, because you're gonna see how one generation committed the harm, and the second part of the generation witnessed it and grew up with the witnessing of the harm. So that energy came all the way around in the generation back to the one who witnessed it at an early age. So that's all I'm going to say about it. So if you decide you want to watch the movie, you might want to watch it. But the acting's kind of weird. Kind of like she tries really hard. This lady tries really hard to be an actress. She's kind of like she works too hard at it. But the main point of it is the energy message of an unrest spirit. So those of you that go out looking for houses and you go moving into houses and you don't know the history of what you're sitting on, and then you just move in and just take it for granted, there might be some unrest spirits rustling through your house, moving things about, making a whole bunch of rustling noise. You might need to do a little bit of investigation to find out what went on that land. What happened in that house? What might be buried on your land? Because that's exactly what happened in this movie. Had to go dig it up. Okay? So, good movie though. I was like, wow, that was deep. And at the very, very end, it's like, oh no. So, she's going to get justice some kind of way. That spirit. Okay. So our read for today, we're going to end it out with the Emerald Tablet activation, cosmic ordering, divine alchemy, consciousness, and manifestation. I like this. This is perfect. Perfect for today. Love it, love it, love it. Then for the star constellations, the oracles of the universe, we have number 27. It says Lyra is the music. Lyra's the music. Some of you are probably hearing a lot of different tones, signature tones. Pay attention to that. Write things down. Okay. In the Lemuria, beyond Lemuria, we have, now this is funny. This says the music, right? Lyra. And then for number 51, we have the sound of the universe. Some of you might be hearing cracking sounds, static sounds, high white noise sound, high ringing tone sounds. Yeah, that's all a part of it. Then for the golden age, we have a 73, which is the rainforest, 10 of Earth Guardians. This looks like Taino or Arawak. Okay. And that one we're going to look at number 73. Gives the energy, what might be triggering, bringing up things for you. It says, true abundance is yours. You have everything you need for strong foundations and flourishing future. Tune into the source. Choose your reality and let love be your guide. And when we say let love be your guide, let your heart be your guide. Let your heart be your truth. A lot of people don't stand in truth. They stand in all this shenanigans. The last one is the body temple, and it's a number 5. 5. Body temple. This is really pretty. I love the colors on this. 5 is all about that change. Here we go. Body temple. Consider the foods you nourish your body with. Yes. Now, I'm going to tell you, a lot of times when we're going through a high crystalline process, don't beat yourself up with your food. You might be craving chips. You might be craving some sugar stuff. Believe it or not, some of those particular things are needed to help you to convert. It's taking energy of that and using it so that you can convert, okay, into that crystalline body. So, this is all about being in alignment, gratitude, alignment. What do you have gratitude for? So, when we start clearing things out, what are you thankful for? How's that showing up for you? What are you thankful for? You know, sometimes we have to stop and say, yes, I'm in a place right now where I don't want to be, but you know what? I am thankful. I am thankful that right now I'm safe. I'm thankful right now I have a roof over my head. I'm thankful right now I'm strong. My body is good. I'm thankful right now I I'm functioning. I'm able to do things for myself. I'm thankful. It's those little things we need to stop and say, yes, I'm thankful for. Thankful for making up my mind to not do this and to do something else. Um, I'm thankful. When it comes to healing the body, those of you that are struggling, that are going through things, you have to be open and willing to forgive. You have to forgive everything. I'm not kidding. You got to forgive. You got to be able to do that. If you don't, that's the struggle of how you'll be able to create that life force in your spirit so that it can turn around and heal your body. You get the spontaneous healing. You have to be able to forgive. There's so many wounded people walking around in the world. I see a lot of wounded people where they stop and I see that wound. I see the wounded little girl inside of a woman. I see that wounded little boy inside of a man. And when you see these wounds, what happened to that person? You ever just stop and look and say, God, what happened to that person? When we see someone homeless and you're seeing that, you say you should be compassionate enough in your heart to sit back and say, what happened to this person that made this happen? What happened? You know, what caused this person to be where they are right now? What choices happened? What happened? A lot of things that happen to us is beyond your control, you know, because this matrix is breaking down now. It has to free you out of the setup, how it's been set up, how you've been indoctrinated, work 9 to 5 to stay alive. That is going bye-bye. And yes, it is scary because we don't know anything else. This is what we've been indoctrinated in to believe. This is all coming undone. So those of us that are the light workers, those of us that are doing the healing work, we're out there, we're on the front line. You went through it first. You got yourself ripped down first. You went through all your dark night of the soul stuff first so that you could be the pillar of light in this time right now. Remember back in the day when you started on your journey? And I'm talking to my 50s and my 60-year-olds. Remember back in the day you were like, wow, I just knew I was supposed to do this and this and this and be in my healing work and did da-da-da-da-da, but nobody freaking understands anything that I'm doing and why am I doing this? And you know. Right about now you should be saying, I got it. It wasn't for right then. I was preparing for right now. I was preparing for the newness of the evolution of the self, of the higher consciousness of right now. That was all the prep to get you to right now. So all these new babies that are coming in, they're coming in on a clean slate right here. They're coming in DNA is all intact. They're coming in good. And so, as long as the parents protect them, don't give it all up. Don't sign away your child. As long as you understand how the system works, do your research. You have your rights. They don't need to know the name of your child and everything. A lot of us that were born 50, 60 something years ago, they've been tracking us. They know what we're here to do. That's the name of the game right now. And right now, you're about to find out how powerful you really are. You really are going to find out. And those of you that are not awake yet and sitting on the sidelines, you're about to get a big dose of wake the hell up. You're about to get that big dose if you haven't already. Like I said it before. We're in a spiritual warfare. And the game is are you willing to just keep signing your soul essence over to energies outside yourself that have access to you? You are not for sale. Period. You're not for sale. Don't make it so easy for them to have you. Be very aware of where you're putting your signature now. We're on a new time, new energy. A lot of contracts got voided. And the only way they can get to you is if you just sign on the dotted line. New energy contracts. Be aware what you're saying yes to and what you're saying no to. Be aware. This is what the game is now. But like I said, you're not for sale. We're breaking free of that. And breaking free means, yes, we have to start trusting ourselves. Means, yes, you got to make note of things. And means step up. When you see something that's not right, say something. Call it out. Call that crap out. Because as long as we all stick together and we can call things out, can't hide it no more. That's what it's going to take. We are getting liberated. End of this ride. It's going to be a little bit bumpy. But at the end, ding, ding. Who's going to win? Going to be us. All right, lovelies. I'll see you tomorrow on that Monday on the 21st. First day of the 10 days of working in the Galactic Portal Works. What are you going to create? What are you going to do? How is it going to look? And how is this going to tie into when we get into November? That's going to go into another 10 days that goes through December. How are we going to tie it all in? How is this going to sit for you when we step into 2025? Oh, wait. 2025. That's right. Wait a minute. What year is that really? 2025. If I go through Hebrew, that's 2784. If I go through the Christian, that's 5973. But the actual year rings out 5994. Oh, they only messed us up by 3,970 years difference. Yeah. Anyway, much love to all of you. I'll see you tomorrow. We'll get it started. Step into yourself. Know that you are your soul light. Be true to yourself. Speak your truth. Represent that. And know that you are not alone. Creator has your back. Have a great day.